Hi everyone, it's Kazim, and I want to show you my t-shirt because it's relevant to what I'm going to show you. This is a t-shirt that was sent to me by my friend Van because I've spent the last, 3 or 4 years or 5 years engaged and embedded in the work of these 4 amazing South Asian women. And so my t-shirt says Meena and Shreela and Ananda and Sheila. Meena is, of course, Meena Alexander, great poet and critic and novelist. And we published her, she passed away. And we published her, the book that she was working on, at the end of her life. She passed away in 2018. And Meena and I started to work to publish this book before she passed away. But it came out last year from Nightboat Books. It's called In the Praise of Fragments, and I'm really proud of it. So that's the book that I was involved in editing and publishing. And then Ananda is Ananda Devi, the Mauritian poet, Mauritian and French. And I started to translate her work almost 10 years ago. So it took a long time for this book to appear, but it came out in India. There's no American publisher yet. Hopefully someday there will be an American edition, but I'm super proud of that. And then Sheila, of course, you might know, that's Sheila Chandra, the British-based singer whose music really inspired this book of poetry. But what I'm super excited about, what I've been working on for the longest for all of those women, is Shreela Ray. Shreela Ray was born in 1942. She moved to the United States for college in 1960, and she never went back to India, except to visit. She stayed here. She married, she had a family, she started writing. She was publishing in Poetry magazine as early as 1966. I think she was probably the first Indian American poet to be publishing in those big venues. She went to Bread Loaf, she met Frost, she knew Galway Canal, she knew John Logan, she did a master's degree in Buffalo. And she published a book while she was alive called Night Conversations with None Other. But in 1977, but for lots of different reasons, she didn't publish another collection, although she continued to write her entire life. She died young, when she was 52 years old. I'm 50, so that's 2 years older than I am now. She died. And her work was mostly forgotten. There were some devotees. Cornelius Eady was one of her students, and there were others who knew of her work, but she mostly dropped out of the literary consciousness. After presenting on her work in 2017 at the Smithsonian Asian American Literary Festival, I presented a full lecture on her work at the Library of Congress in 2019. And the response to that was so powerful and positive that I decided that it was time to bring Shreela Ray's work back. So Unsung Masters is a series that's run out of Pleiades Press from University of Central Missouri and the University of Houston PhD program. And they put back into print American masters who have been forgotten. Now, Shreela Ray was not a citizen in the United States. She was not recognized as American by contests that required citizenship when she was alive. And so it's also powerful to me that she's included as an American master. And the other thing that I love about the Unsung Masters series is, of course, they pair you with an editor who is a PhD student at the University of Houston. And my co-editor was the very talented and passionate and devoted Rohan Chhetri, whose name you probably don't know, but you might know his work. He was the poetry editor at Hachette, India for many years, and he was building a really good list there, and he published one of Meena Alexander's books there as well. And so it's kind of a full circle to work with him. So the reason I'm going through all of this, as my shirt is there, is because today I got my box from the printer of the book. And so we are going to bring Shreela Ray back. I hope you'll check out her work. I'll put a link in to order this book in the bottom of the video. I'm cutting open this box right now, which you can't see it. The Unsung Masters series has a regular design that all the books have, but we really wanted Shreela's book to pop, so rather than the normal staid kind of like green or gray or kind of covers, we chose a really, really pink kind of like, oh, look at that, it's so beautiful. This is Shreela Ray. My cat loves boxes. She's jumping in. She wants to be in the video, baby. She wants to say hi. Wow. Get over there. Oh. This book has a selection of Shreela's poems and letters, and there are essays in this book also by, I'll tell you who. We have essays on Shreela's work by Rohan, my co-editor, by Tishani Doshi, Caitlin Rizzo, Vandana Khanna, who's the woman who gave me the shirt that I'm wearing right now, and Alicia Jo Robbins. So I really hope you will check this book out. There's about 100 pages of poems. There's about 100 pages of letters. And then there's about 50 pages of essays in here. So this is the story of Shreela Ray. Thanks to everybody who was involved in producing it. Thanks to Shreela's family, her sons Gawain and Kabir, who helped to make this book possible. And this beautiful, beautiful picture on the cover by the photographer Roger Allen Beck. Beautiful photograph of Shreela Ray. So thank you for giving us permission to use that on the cover as well. Hope you all get your copy.